I don't even know where to start with this. I don't even know where to start with this. Currently on poll, there's a thread going on. It's it's on the fourth one now, where a science lab guy from Switzerland posted what he's saying is those things that they're finding in people, the morticians are finding in people. If you've seen the film Died Suddenly, it's a film basically about how morticians are finding these things in people that have been autopsied. I gotta be real careful how I talk about this. And this guy from the lab was saying that the things that they were taking out seem to be still alive, or they still living. Now, this is like 3 different conspiracies attached to 3 other different conspiracies attached to 3 other, and they're all coalescing at once. I had to take a break from it because I've been following it, like, you know, for a couple hours now, and I said I gotta take a walk and just talk about this a little bit, get some air, you know. Hope you can hear me with this wind. But anyway, the funny thing about it is I put this together almost 2 years ago, and it was the basis for my first banning from YouTube for medical misinformation. And I've brought it up a couple times since then. I talked about it once, kind of, not thoroughly, but every time I talk about it, I'm like, yeah, I gotta figure out how to talk about this someday. But now, I mean, it's just gotten so crazy now. Basically, yeah, and I am, how do I do this? Because I'm not a doctor. It's not about the thing. Tiamat, the snake creature with the Hydra. I might have just fucked myself by saying Hydra. The dragon, the Draco. This is the year of the dragon. These things have been around since history began, right? And they're like these kind of snake beings. It's literally Satan, pretty much. And yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna bother posting. Yeah, because I don't want to get it taken down. I just got a community guideline strike last night for something else, which was warranted, but I'll go into that in a different video because I kind of want to stay as focused as I can on this. This is all just I'll put some stuff on the screen so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, so I don't have to say words. Basically, it's a thing that's in the thing that is going to be triggered by a solar flare, apparently in April. So again, we have another one of these doomsday dates. I don't know, because it's supposed to be when a solar flare happens. I don't like doomsday dates because every time I've talked about one, it never happens, you know? And I've never told people it's gonna happen. I just kind of throw it out there like, hey, they're saying this day, this is supposed to happen. I don't know. If it does, whatever. If it doesn't, whatever. And it never does. But this is supposed to be like with a solar flare. Because the electrical charge is going to activate this thing that's supposed to be happening from the thing in people that have had the thing. This is so ridiculous, but this is how you have to talk, I guess. But there's so many other kind of offshoots to this. Right, and it includes cigarettes as well. That, you know, I see again, how do you, I gotta pick a direction with this and go with it. It's basically a lot of different weird kind of what would be considered conspiracies all coalescing at this time into one. Yeah. but I'm not sure how I can talk about any of them. So I don't know. I don't know how to even go about this. So you know what? Fuck it. I'll talk about my community strike, my community strike post fucking thing. So last night I had this this WebMD, right, or web, you know, a little clip of this rabbi who was in a room. He was in a room with a little black kid, and he was like throttling him, but pretending to be like, you know, like how sometimes you pick up a baby or something, or I mean, like I don't, but sometimes people would go, oh, look at the baby, and you play with its hands and maybe do peekaboo with its face, like in a loving kind of way. He was doing that, but in a really aggressive kind of way with this little black toddler. It was not a toddler. Was he a toddler? He could walk. I think toddler means they toddle. I'm fucking useless on the fucking mic today, huh? Yeah, but anyway, it's a little one. And he was like really violently kind of shaking him. And I went to post it to show it. That in the beginning of the video, it says, you know, words come up. And it's like, you know, what you're about to see is blah, 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 this and that. And we can only show you this small part of the video. We can't show you the rest because Bubba's supposed to be... Something really bad happens after he's done shaking him. And it's really scary to watch, you know. It's this rabbi dressed with the full hat, sitting down at this desk. I'll put a screenshot from it, if you see what I mean. I don't think it'll get me for a screenshot. But anyway... I wanted it to go in my shorts, because I want to put it in my shorts. Sorry. So I'm like, I wanted to go up in the shorts area, but when I posted it, it went to my videos. Now I'm very OCD. I like to look at my videos and see all the thumbnails, all those beautiful thumbnails that look exactly the fucking same now. I don't know when I fell into this, but it's a formula I want to break out of. But anyway, well, I've seen this dog before. He is a three-legged dog. I don't know if you can see him, but yeah, I've seen this guy with him a lot. But anyway, I put it up there, and as soon as I saw that it didn't upload to my shorts, I was like, oh, fuck that. It didn't upload to the shorts. I'm going to delete it. And, I mean, this is like right after I posted it, right? And as I'm deleting it, I saw that it's already had 2 views. I'm like, wow, that was quick. I mean, you know, whatever. But it had 2 views. So I deleted it and then forgot about it. Took a little nap or tried to sleep. I don't really think I did. And then I woke up the next day. Excuse me. How you doing? That's camera reception, me and him. Didn't wake up the next day. I woke up later. Whatever the fuck. I got up and I looked at it and I had a message from YouTube saying your post goes against community guidelines for child abuse. And it's so like funny because you know what they're all about. They're a big tech company, so you know what they're really into. They're like, we do not tolerate images of child abuse at all. They're right, you know. I didn't even think of that. I was just trying to you know, let people see this thing, but it is child abuse. Like, even this small clip, he's like shaking this kid, like, it's pretty bad. But there's plenty of stuff on that platform that could be construed as child abuse, but they don't care about that stuff, right? But they want to protect their people. I get it, but they were right in this case. Usually with YouTube, when something happens, I'm always like complaining about it, like these fucking assholes, they fucking blah, blah. But this time they were right. It shouldn't be up there. I wasn't thinking. I fucked up. I didn't think about that. I just want to show people that, you know, what goes on with some of these guys, these rabbi guys. And again, it's not all fucking Jewish people. It's a group of Jewish people within the Jewish people. Unfortunately, some groups of people, whether it's some that are violent or whatever, it's one of those, don't let 99% of the bad apples spoil the whole bunch girl. But there are some that aren't, you know, not grabbing little black kids in a room. So, but I still want to put it up there just so people can see it. Not thinking like, oh yeah, I'm posting fucking child abuse. So they were right this time. It's just weird because, I mean, it must have been live for, I don't know. I put it up, right? And for the time it took me to get into my creator suite and look at it, must have been up for like a minute, maybe. So that's pretty quick, which makes me think their algorithm has some kind of, or maybe they knew this particular clip was out there in the internet, and the algorithm takes a picture of it somehow, and when it sees that image being uploaded, when it sees that particular thing being uploaded, it knows to shut it down immediately. That's probably how it works. And yeah, so really weird how quick that happened. It was unbelievable. And if I had thought about it, right, I wouldn't have put it up, but I was so into like, oh, people have to see this. I was so in my desire to try to, you know, mete out vengeance on my own, I got myself in trouble, and that's why. Vengeance is the Lord's, not yours, you know? And that's kind of what I was doing there, and I got to think about stuff like that. Especially since April is rolling around. That whole thing I attempted to talk about in the beginning of this is so crazy. There's so much to it in so many parts. It's still going on right now as I record this. It's on the fourth bread. Someone made a fourth bread from it. Again, it's a lab technician. Switzerland has what he says is evidence that these things survive outside the body. They have their blood, I guess, is blue. And you think, oh, blue bloods. You know, you always heard that term about old money. Because it's, you know, old, it's an ancient, old fucking thing. Hydra, the many-headed, the blossoms, it's supposed to blossom. That's what's inside. And I did exactly a thing on this like a year and a half ago. Like I said, this is why I got my first ban. We're talking about this. I remember at the time, too, there was a couple guys that were saving my stuff. Not for me, just they were just, I guess, when I did a video, to download it. One of them, JCIA, he used to send me these, he'd clip out parts of my videos to show me the entities that were around me all the time. Which is, you know, thanks, but yeah, like you see this thing, and sometimes I'd see them, sometimes I wouldn't. But yeah, he'd go through them like and send me all this stuff. Like when you come around the corner here, look at where that sign is. Can you see the head? That's a head of like a person. And he'd point these entities out like to me. These the kind of entities that you only catch on camera. You know, they didn't. Some of them didn't look like demons. They were just like things out there. And I always had birds around me, like little blackbirds that'd be standing. I'd be filming. I remember one time going into a store and putting the phone down, little corner store I go into all the time. And when I had the phone points at the floor, like it's all these fucking blackbirds. Now you look at it and it's like, those could just be markings on the floor. It was that kind of stuff though. Like that kind of thing where it wasn't completely visible. You kind of had to look at it and then look at it and then you could see it maybe if you looked at it a certain way, but once you saw it, you fucking saw it. And this guy was great at doing it. I used to email him. Like he'd email me all the time, and we had a correspondence going. Last time I talked to him, he was going through a divorce, and he's kind of busy with that. So I haven't talked to him in a while. I should try to see if his email still works. But anyway, this other guy named Hyperborea used to save my videos too, and when YouTube hit me for that first one because I was talking about the thing that's going on now. He was like, "Hey, I have the video saved if you want it." And I'm like, at the time thinking, "No, I don't care. I'll make another one. I'm here every day, you know." But thank you, you know. I wish I'd taken him up on it, but you know what? I would have erased it or deleted it anyway by now. But I don't think there's anything in that video, any connection that I had made that I don't remember that I made now. But I was just piecing it together back then. I'm like, hey, you know, and I was kind of pulling it all together as a hypothetical. I wasn't saying definitively anything. And that's why I was so surprised when they hit me for medical misinformation, because I was just speculating. So it goes to show that fucking I was right, you know, and that's why they fucking hit me. You know, and now it's come back around again almost 2 years ago, where the same concept now being talked about now on Paul, with all these added things to it that have happened over the last few years. So it's kind of crazy, and it's like an unfolding situation currently. I'm not going to talk about it. Every time I come out of my house, I'm like, I have something I want to talk about, and then I just start looking around my neighborhood, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Anyway, I should go for now, because I want to go see if there's anything in Ross. I'm in front of it, and I wasn't really ready to do this. I just felt like I had to come out and talk about it a little bit. And but by the time I get this up, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. I mean, as it's currently unfolding on Paul. But yeah, well, I got that community strikes ban, and for once it was, you know, for once they were in the right. I'll be back once I figure out how to discuss this. I'll get some kind of half-assed presentation together. But thanks for dropping by. Until next time. And don't blame the teacher, blame the school.